We are back for another wonderful session, and the players have some extra decisions to make. After consulting two individuals, one with a dragon marked house, and the other with the wonderful criminals that Ceres has come to know and love and steal from, they were offered a 4,000 gold piece reward for travel for escorting this item from Rote to Karnath, conveniently where they're going. The person that was hiring them was also willing to cover about 1,000 miles of their journey on the lightning route. Though he did expressly say after that he would prefer it not be traveled by train any further, which might be off-putting to some, but not the Dapper Dans. Till then, the players are going to be just wrapping up their last little bits of time. They have to meet with the individual. His name was Johnny. No name, just like Cher. And then they will be able to be off on their way. So with that, players, you have left this seedy hole in the wall. I believe I described it as similar to a speakeasy. You had gone into a shop, and you're kind of exiting through the back, one of the areas that Levin had scouted on his way around while he was waiting for the others to join. Now, Levin, I believe you stood out of the meeting, correct?
Correct. He
So,
does not know what happened specifically in the meeting. He's just been providing Overwatch while maintaining his usual subtleness.
is there anything particular that your character would like to do in this, we're going to say about 10 to 20 minute time period, besides maintaining an Overwatch?
In short, he's going to be looking for some isolated areas with the specific intention of monitoring exits and entrances to see who is coming in and going out.
Go ahead and give me a perception check.
Okay. I can do these. Somewhere here.
And then I'm also going to need you to follow up with a history check.
Okay, one of them is good, one of them is less good.
All
So,
right.
16, which is way lower than what I expect. And to follow up with history, here you go.
Okay. So you see many people kind of entering always in a staggered pattern, meaning sometimes they come in twos, a couple of ones in between, then a group of 3 to 5. You notice that they are dressed, some of them look as if they're attempting to look poorer than they are, but even then, like, you would notice that the women would be wearing a higher quality of makeup. The men's clothing, even though they're wearing the same as the lower class, would be pristine and undamaged, things like that. But you can't place their faces, so you're not able to recognize any specific individuals of influence or affluence, but you are able to tell a basic social class that a lot of these individuals seem to be of a higher echelon at times, and they stay in there for long periods of time.
Yeah. They're trying to hide it, but they're not doing it too terribly well towards anyone with an eye for it.
Pretty much.
Alright, so it's an open secret. Got it.
Yeah, it's almost like they don't want to be associated with a criminal organization or something. How dare they?
Oh, open secret. But once their meeting is concluded and they're making their exit, Levin's going to just maintain distance and see if they're being followed.
Alrighty. You would be exiting, those of you who are inside, you would be exiting out of a kind of a back dumbwaiter system that you would be led to. It's going to raise up and bring you to the rear alleyway, where there's one of those floor basement door types of situations like you would see in a New York City street. With that, you are back on the streets of Rote, and you do see that there is a lot of there are the streets are kind of bustling.
Well, we have the evening, and then we have to be back in the morning to take receipt of our package. And then we have to get on the earliest lightning rail out of town.
Right, and he wanted us to get off at, which point was it?
Well, he wants us to deliver to Fort Bones. Our interest in taking the light rail to save time is something he's affording us, so our passage is taken care of. But we can get as far as Vatharond, maybe in Arl Dusk, depending on how we want things to go. I would say, at the very least, we travel to Vatharond, and then maybe discuss trekking northward to the Cyan Sound, and maybe chartering a boat or taking the lightning rail up, or some other combination of different travel. We'll have Carpe Diem, of course, and I'll be able to drive it wherever we need to go.
I don't remember saying that you could, but that aside, DM, really quick, having worked on the light rail myself, would I know of any like potential reasons why he might have? Because the contract said that get off at Valtheron, don't go beyond that point on the rail. Would Gearfried know if there's like a security checkpoint going beyond that part?
There isn't necessarily a security checkpoint. One of the reasons why he didn't want you on the train is because, or for too long, is because having the object in one place in a confined area makes it much easier for you to be kind of attacked.
Gotcha.
So it's not necessary. So he's doing that more as an request of yours that he's acquiescing to.
I see.
And
okay.
it speeds up the journey that much, but he actually doesn't want it on the lightning rail at all.
I see. Okay, cool. Just making sure. Well,
But
that
we're
was
also
certainly
in kind of a rush to get to Uncle Ram, so this is splitting the difference.
So he just happens to be amiable to your request.
Yes.
Well, 2 birds, 1 stone. That was certainly lucrative, and it's going to get us there quicker.
Indeed. I guess if there's any sort of last-minute things anyone wants to take care of, tonight's the night.
Fennec just opens his arms looking at Saris.
She walks away.
Gotta shoot a shot every time.
Feel like I've become invested in this. I'm going to help you out at some point. Figure out how to finagle that hug out of her.
You know what? I'll make a deal with you. Proposition. You hold his hand. You give me that hug. I join your union.
There's always room in the Union bus, my friend, and Gearfried's going to outstretch his arms.
Oh my god.
It's a deal.
Now 2 of them are committed to unions.
So some would say that would mean they were unified.
Unionized.
Unionized,
Nice.
that works. But
The
with
worst
that,
thing.
would you like to start making your way away from the alleyway?
Yeah, probably looking for Levin at this point, following Saris out.
Looking for Levin. Oh, that's rich.
Good luck. I might have a chance at it. I don't think anyone else has perception high enough.
But if you are actively
Actually-
looking for Levin, and Levin, if you are hiding, I would like you guys to roll those respective checks. So for those of you looking, give me that perception. For those of you hiding, Levin, give me that
Perception at disadvantage because I've got the cloak up.
Yep, the cloak of elvenkind. Yep.
I
I
am
make-
going to give myself...
And I make that stealth an advantage.
I rolled pretty damn well.
I honestly don't
I actually
think
rolled like crap
Dario
this time.
would
You
be
rolled well,
looking.
Gearfried, but not well enough.
Can I add a flash of genius to this roll?
You know what? Fuck it.
Well,
I'll
here's
do
the
it.
thing. Now that I'm looking for a tail, I'm probably going to be burning a spell slot. So, DM, pass
Yes.
without trace on that.
Oh,
I actually don't have any more flashes of genius. We're still on that
Well,
last
now it's
day.
actually impossible for any of you guys to find me. Because that 20 turned into a 30 real quick.
What if we get a nat 20 though?
Critical
Doesn't work.
success
Doesn't work
saves
that way on
critical-
skill checks.
Yep.
It's just attacks.
But I like the way you think. But with that, none of you would be able to find where Levin is. So I'm assuming you would only spend a
Technically,
couple
if
of
I were to
minutes-
use guidance and get a 4 on my roll and a nat 20, I could do it.
Yes.
With, what? That'd be a 31?
Yep.
Wait, wouldn't it be? It's disadvantage perception, so 2 nat 20s.
Yeah.
Yep. Which in this
Fuck it.
case,
Let's see. I've
did
got
not
3 nat
happen.
20s in a row once, so it's anything's fucking possible.
I'm not gonna risk it.
Hey, listen,
about
you got
using
4
inspiration?
inspirations on the clock, so you want to use them.
That
Go
would
ahead,
just
burn
turn
'em.
this disadvantage into just the first
Nope.
roll.
Yeah.
Okay, so immediately, nope.
But with that, as you begin to make your way out of the alleyway, I did it again. You are going to kind of be more absent-minded, looking for where Levin might be. Levin, you are going to see 2 individuals, one on one side of the alleyway and the other who is across the street. And you are going to see them kind of writing quickly, and as soon as they finish one page, they kind of slide it off and it folds into a paper crane and begins to fly off as another note gets taken. You see about 3 notes fly off from each of these individuals.
Interesting.
But that is what Levin would see. The rest of you are oblivious to that one.
Yes.
Mhm.
I do like the note trick. That's
Oh, I'll hold this for in a minute. Never mind. Sorry.
Taking note of that and knowing that it's useless to follow any of those 3, he's going to look for active tails rather than people reporting.
Alrighty. So as you continue to follow them through the way, I'm going to ask everybody to give me a perception check, please.
Alrighty.
with
straight roll.
disadvantage or just regular.
Straight roll.
You're not trying to find me, so just regular rolls for you guys.
That's a 3.
Woo! Dirty 20.
27.
22.
3.
Okay.
All I see is
Dirty
kneecap.
20.
Anyone with a 13 or higher, you are able to notice that there appear to be multiple paper cranes flying around you. Those of you who rolled in the 20s, you see about as you walked about 4 blocks, you notice 1 to 2 people kind of on each block just taking a quick jot and the papers flying off.
And those of us with a 3.
You know, there's a lot of people out there, and
people.
you're kind of at ass level, I think. So you're getting some kind of clothed moons here.
What's going on?
We have been followed.
We are.
No, we're being watched. Followed is a little extreme.
They're following us and taking notes on us. How is that not following us?
I would love to see what notes they're taking on us.
Can
Actually,
I
would
try
love
to jump?
No, wait. Cyrus will hold her. Don't worry. There's a subtle way to solve this problem. And,
I was just gonna say I'll jump in the air and grab one.
one of the birds, the paper cranes.
What was that?
I don't know. I'm a monk. I can jump. I can parkour this shit.
I could throw ball.
I mean, you could
Parkour.
certainly try.
No, we'll do subtle first.
As these things were flying around, Gearfried was going to say, or at the comment of like, what should we do? Gearfried would have turned around and been like, well, we could always just try the direct approach. I'm gonna go talk to them.
Grab. Just grab you by the back of your collar. Just, no.
How-
Why no?
There's no collar. She is literally just grabbing you by the back of your neck and lifting you off the ground.
Hold on. Aren't you equipped to your owl armor?
Yes, I'm wearing the Owlman suit right now.
So you kind of grab him by the scruff of his armor.
Yeah.
No one can see my face right now, by the way. I'm completely incognito.
Saris, I'm surprised you're not trying to dispel one of them to catch it.
I was thinking about that, but I thought maybe it would erase the message. And I have something else in mind. DM, how close are we to? How close can we get within 30 feet of one of the people as we walk by?
Noticed, yes. Unnoticed, they are watching you. So it's.
I mean,
they
I'm
would
not,
see
like-
you approaching them.
I'm not necessarily trying to approach them. I'm just trying to bring us so that we're within 30 feet of them as we walk past.
I would say you would either have to give me a performance or a sleight of hand to be able to casually approach them within 30 feet.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Zarya put me down.
Nope.
I'm gonna lead the group while we're discussing this and having that moment. Within 30 feet of them.
I'm going to need everybody to make that if you're going as a group.
Oh no. Okay, I'll leave them behind. I don't trust them.
Okay. So with a 28, you are able to get within 30 feet.
And then I am going to use a channel divinity to evoke duplicity to pop my duplicate behind them and teleport into the place. So as my duplicate, standing where I was a moment ago, turns around and waves at them, I, in reality, will be behind them, and I will grab one guy around the neck and basically grapple him. And it's like,
Alright.
hello there.
Give me that athletics check, please.
This is what inspiration's for.
Zarya
Okay,
was
Zarya, I'm
picturing-
serious. Put me down right now.
You are able to grapple him.
How high off the
Yep.
ground is he?
I rolled a 2.
Ooh. Yeah, I couldn't have
Sure,
lost
a
then.
4. Yeah, you couldn't have lost. So, yeah. So, you were able to
Zarya,
grapple
how-
him.
How,
But-
Yeah,
how high is
basically-
Zarya holding him?
In response to your grapple, he starts
How tall is
screaming.
he?
I
Just
cover
about-
his mouth.
He is still screaming, just it's coming out more like... "Ooh! Ooh!"
Wait for it. I knew I should have memorized silence. That would have been so
So-
useful right now.
Those of you who didn't realize what Saris is doing, you hear a yelp of fear in the sense of "Ah!" before hearing a muffled "Ooh!" It's not as loud, and you have to strain to hear, but you also notice Saris is gone.
Zarya,
No, actually, my
put me
duplicate's
down.
standing there next to them,
Well,
waving
meaning
at.
you still would have moved away. So because you rolled that 28, like you
Oh,
were very
right.
stealthy. You know what I mean? So like they were.
Yeah,
You have Gearfried, who's kind of being suspended in the air by Sarah.
they made
by,
a scene for me.
Yeah, exactly.
Zarya.
But yeah,
Ju-
exactly. Now you have...
To answer the question of how high he is, how tall is he?
Gearfried's about 6 foot tall.
Like 2 feet off the ground then, because I'm 8 foot tall.
Oh, so Fennec is definitely tickling Gearfried's feet.
Oh, God, why?
Just because.
He's taking his time to remove a boot.
He can.
Okay,
I'd
I lift him higher.
What is all of your passive perceptions, the three of you?
Can I just sum it up as nope?
You could, but you can also tack onto that summary a number.
13.
10.
11.
Zarya,
13.
you're going to hear a passerby or an older woman passing by just kind of shake her head as she walks. She's a human. That's why they belong in Drome.
Ooh.
What?
Drome?
Wait, what is she saying? What does that mean?
Nobody puts fetish.
Who is that a racist
Sorry.
flight against?
All three of you.
Yeah,
Time.
to
Time,
explain
what does
to,
that mean?
Pri,
Yes, the
Rome
context.
is the land of monsters. She's basically calling you in it.
You calling me an it?
All three of you.
All of the
All
basically
of those
saying
present.
So
you're not fit to cohabitate with humans.
Cool. Alright, I'm gonna drop Gearfried, turn to face her. Want to say that a little louder, lady.
she's
Oh,
not even
fuck.
acknowledging you. She's just continuing to walk.
Well,
Fuck off,
that's
you
actually good.
bigoted bitch!
I dragged this guy into an alleyway while
Okay,
everyone was
so-
watching that scene unfold.
And Gearfried's activating his armor.
Are we in a place that is like where we've been, like with like magic use and things like that, where like everything Fennec does can get him arrested?
If you use aggressive magic, it could get you arrested, yes.
Would
You're in-
polymorph be considered aggressive?
It would not. That's transmutation.
Against
as
an-
long
Against an individual that is not consenting, yeah.
Yes, it depends on that's the situation. Like if you turn
Look,
her
she-
into something, yes. But if
I'm
they're
just
willing,
trying
no.
to make her an honest woman.
Oh god.
Well, again,
He wants to
You
call
could-
Fennec a monster. He's going to oblige.
you can certainly try.
Turn yourself into a monster, or
Fennec, you are gonna get sent to a prison or a penal colony somewhere. They're gonna put you in magical dampening
Just-
shackles.
Just
How are they
See,
gonna
I
know?
just called a bitch and move on.
Casting magic is distinctive. You don't just get away with it. You look obvious when you cast magic.
I also described the air it being kind of bustling right now, so you know there's.
There,
people around
yeah,
you.
we're on a crowded street.
In this moment, Gearfried's gonna cast invisibility on himself.
Fair enough. That works. That's a safe spell to cast. Now kick her in the ass. And
Yeah,
you're gonna
Gearfried
turn-
drops to the ground and is just
you're
like,
gonna
"All
turn
right, I'm
invisible
going."
again, but.
Zarya basically turns around from cussing out the bitch, turns around, Gearfried's gone. Oh fuck.
Wait.
Oh, fuck.
I might be able to do something.
I can't wait. We're not even on the train yet.
No, we can't.
Okay. He is going to cast polymorph,
Okay.
but he's also going to activate with sorcery points his subtle spell.
Ooh.
So there's no verbal or semantic motions or words. It's just the spell happens.
Does this place have magical sensors or something that could determine if he casts, even if he
You're about
uses
to
that?
you're about to find out.
Oh,
Now, is polymorph range your touch?
60-foot range.
Okay.
Um,
What's the saving throw for that?
Wisdom 16.
Sorry, it is not like being the responsible one.
Don't
I just
worry.
gotta see what happens if I upcast it.
Nothing. There's
Okay.
no upcast.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's a fourth level then.
What are you turning her
I don't-
into?
Oh my god.
A sheep.
You notice that as she begins to transmute into a sheep, people begin to look around. Now, the people on the street are primarily human. As they look around, what they see most is
Oh no.
a Goliath and a goblin. A goblin who is in a cloak, correct? Was your hood up or down?
It was like midway, but like half on, half off. But it's up.
You're going to hear.
You deserve what's about to happen to you.
You hear someone scream, "Call the Black Guard!"
Fuck, or grab
And you see people
grab them and
beginning
run.
to try to surround you. They are going more for the goblin because the Goliath is intimidating.
Okay, I grab him and run. I grab him and run. I am fucking full. See the fuck out.
Like,
Oh.
I will
Oh, yeah.
not be manhandled. Put me down.
Shut the fuck up before you get murdered.
I didn't do anything.
They don't fucking know that. These are a bunch of racist fucking crackpots. Fucking move.
And you just pretty much said we did it.
You're alright. Oh my god, you're already running. Seriously,
I'm-
like watching this from an alleyway, it's like, wow. Good distraction.
So before we follow that, Saris, let's get back to you for a second. As Levin, I'm sure, is kind of either smacking himself in the head Sokka style or just getting a large kick out of the scene underneath him, knowing that he is not connected to this in the slightest.
I am
Nope,
not
just-
responsible.
Filing a mental note and maintaining Overwatch with Ceres, because you're gonna have to figure out an escape on your own. He can't help you with that.
I can work. I'm a monk. I can work with it. I can literally scale walls for fun. I'm good.
But what he can help with is getting information. So he'll
Yep.
maintain watch over Ceres.
So Saris, you have this guy grappled, you have your hand over his mouth. At this point, he is now licking your hand.
Yep, I just whispered in his ear, stop struggling. There's so much commotion over there, no one will know you're dead for hours.
He starts screaming more.
If you keep struggling, I will want to kill you, just to make my life easier.
He's gonna attempt to bite you.
I'm not letting go, just because he bites me.
I
never been bit
just
before.
gotta make the claim, and I don't think that a 10 is gonna hit you, so he misses.
You know what? I'll let him bite me, just to I'll let him take the bite, draw the blood, take the hit points, still not letting go. It's like, you're just upsetting me more.
Okay, well, you do take 3 points of damage.
And I just tell him,
Does she
"Look,
get to try and intimidate for that? Because woof.
You know what? I will allow an intimidation check. 100%, because that is quite intimidating.
I am going to preemptively use inspiration to give myself advantage.
Sure.
'Cause that's pretty cold right there.
Good thing you got advantage. So with that 18, did you ever roll the 18 first? I only saw the 4 first. Nope, you were good.
Nah, 18
Alright.
first.
So with that, you notice that he begins to stop struggling.
There we go. There we go. Look at that. You have a good chance of walking away from this after all. I'm going to remove my hand from your mouth. Mostly because I don't want your bloody mouth germs in my system. But I intend for you, if you scream, I will go looking for someone else to get my information from. And I will leave your cooling corpse here to be found by whoever thinks it's most important after the city deals with my friends in their most racist manner. Are we understood? Nod yes if you understand.
He is going to nod yes.
Alright, I remove my hand slowly from his mouth. But I still have him grappled so that he can't get away. I have questions.
Yeah,
Wow.
well, it's too bad for you.
Oh! Oh! Your utility is going down again. This is problematic.
Ask your questions.
There's a... Why are you reporting on us? And to whom?
I don't know. I don't know who I'm reporting to, but why? I get 2 gold a message.
I I use my free hand to fish out the pad of paper that he was using for us.
Okay.
Where did you get this?
Have you ever been on the streets before? Do you know how any of this works?
I know how certain streets work, mostly the dark alleys.
Now, you go to a drop-off, you get a target, you get the paper, and you get the address you're sending it to.
What's the address you're sending it to?
Kill me now.
I smash his head into the side of the wall, just enough to daze him. No, I'm sorry. Death isn't what happens when I have questions. Answers are what happens. Death comes if you don't tell me what I want to know, and it will be a while from now.
He's going to kind of try to reach up to his head. Listen, as scary as you are, you're not scarier than some of these people. You could bash my head in, but they can do worse.
Okay. I see. We're gonna have to do this differently. Can I proceed to choke him out? I need him unconscious.
Give me a athletics check.
Okay. Can I cast guidance on myself while I do it?
Sure.
Cool.
You are able to choke him out?
Alright. I am going to drag him further into the alley, sit him down, bind his legs, sort of hog tie him, 2 legs to 1 arm, and then I am going to have a gag ready, and I'm going to slowly wake him up as I tourniquet his free hand.
You're doing this all in the alley, right?
Yeah, I don't want anyone to see me doing this.
Go ahead and give me a stealth check.
Do. This has been a day. I am curious to see what Saris walks into after she leaves this alley.
Me too, especially when Fennec's calling for his lawyer.
Actually, I'm going to use another inspiration. How many do we have left? 2?
If you use
1?
it now, 2.
I will use that one.
Yep, so you are down to 2. You still have that remaining.
I'm going to roll again. I'll take it.
Alright, with the succeeding, you notice that there are a couple of children who notice you, but they run off.
I will fish out a couple gold coins and toss them in the direction that I saw the children running. Mostly just to have just throw coins out there. But yeah, I'm gonna let you know. I have this guy bound, partially gagged, and with his free hand, I have his free hand tourniqueted as I wake him up.
I'm still fucking alive. What do you want now?
Oh no, we're gonna be patient. You want to play a long game. I understand, and I respect that. That is so commendable of you. If I were employing you, I would love how much you're holding out.
Without hesitation, he's sorry to cut you off. He's going to start slamming his head into the ground.
Oh no, I will catch his head. Shh. No. That's not what we're doing here. And I will sort of pad his head so he can't do that.
He's
like,
still going to continue to try.
Oh, it's cute. Yeah, I will put my backpack under his head. There you go. Have a rest. We're just gonna watch. As I let the circulation cut off from his hand slowly turn it blue. Don't you want to see how this goes out? I've never tried this before. I hear it does wonders. What's it
Listen,
feel like? Are we past the pins and needles? Is it numb? Can you feel anything? Wiggle your pinky finger.
you can torture me all you want. You're still not as scary. And you spend much more time here. Are you gonna be caught?
Mm-mm. Did you lose your hand? Is that something you want to deal with?
That's okay. At least when I die, I know I'll stay dead.
Why do you... That's a weird thing to say. You implying I would not stay dead?
He does not answer you.
Hmm. I am gonna wait a little longer while the circulation cuts off from his hand.
You notice he's not even flinching.
That's because he can't feel anything.
No, meaning like he doesn't even care.
Yeah.
Like
Right
there's
now he doesn't feel anything.
there isn't even a worry in his head. Like the thought of losing a hand doesn't even bother him.
Well, I did promise if you weren't useful. Sorry. And I will slit his throat.
Okay. Give me a stealth check.
I don't keep putting my keyboard away. This I'm good at.
Yep. With a quick Sweeney Todd, you vanish into the shadows.
Sometimes I wonder who's scarier, Saris or Joan.
But with that, is there anything else you want to do, Saris?
At this point, I'm gonna make my way back to the inn, the Drunken Dragon Tavern, and I can't do anything about my companion situation, so I will make my way back there without drawing any attention to myself. Also, I took the guy's little origami notebook.
All right. With that, you have magic paper.
Cool. Make a note. Magic paper.
DM, real quick.
Yep.
Having basically witnessed this failed interrogation, once Saris has left the corpse to cool, Levin's going to go and give it a once-over. He's going to check for two things. He's going to check to see if there are any dragon marks on this individual, and he's going to see if there's any other identifying information on this individual. Like an affiliate of some sort. That's what he's looking for.
Yep. As you give this body a once-over, first off, give me a stealth check.
Not a problem. He had
pass
advantage
without
plus 10.
I was going to say, pass without a trace is still active, yes? Yep.
So 30 plus 10, 40.
Gotcha.
You can't even find yourself, Levin.
You're a friggin' Ninja Turtle. You just vanish without a trace. As you
Gods
look,
don't see me at this point.
giving the
Oh,
body...
and by the way, that was rolling an 18.
I know, I saw, and that was fucking great. That's crazy. You have a 12 modifier in stealth. But, on that note, you would notice two distinguishing markings. One completely familiar to you. The other is not. You would notice a symbol of the Cult of the Emerald Claw. No. Yep, the Emerald Claw.
detected.
The other symbol
And the second?
you aren't familiar with. It looks as if it's a flame, and what's inside of it, you can't really distinguish. It's kind of colored in and faded in a sense, but all you can really make out is the fire.
All right. He'll make a brief, very brief sketch of that iconography as something to research at a later time. He has suspicions now, but nothing solid.
Mm-hmm. Now, yeah.
And after that, he's actually going to basically see if he could head off going towards the inn, like he's going to rush. Knowing that he's taken time here that he now needs to make up for.
Noted. Now, back to the other part of the chaos. Fennec and Zarya, as you are running through the town or the city, you see that there are some people chasing after you.
Cool.
Are you still
And-
carrying Fennec?
Goals. Yes.
Okay.
Kicking and screaming if I have to.
Oh, he is.
Do I even need to do a grapple check?
I'm going to say
'Cause-
no. It ultimately it all depends on if he wants to magic his way out of your grip. Because he could do that. He also has a broom of flying, so if he really wants to escape you, there would be a check that has to ensue.
I am pretty sure and confident that if I get on my broom, there are going to be anti-air sirens and cannons aimed at him.
I mean...
Yeah.
But there was no alarm that went off. Only
Cast
racism.
magic.
As far as we know, silent alarms are a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we don't know that.
But you don't know that.
Yeah,
Ultimately-
that's what you can
I always
kinda
get tripped up
How would you
on
like
what's
to...
meta or not.
No, that's okay. How would you like to attempt to get out of this?
Here are my goals. Ditch the people we are running from. Ditch the cops if they show up. Find a place to stop for a second. Figure out what to do. Leave the fucking city if we need to. But first of all, ditch the people who are chasing us.
And throughout all of this, Melee just fades into the crowd.
Smart
Oh yeah,
girl.
random human. She's fine.
No, she's a disguised elf.
But she'll
What?
pass.
She's also alone.
Fuck.
Oh fuck! I'm on her. I forgot she was here. In my defense, I grabbed her too. Can I say I grabbed her too? I forgot as a player that she existed.
Wait, actually, so Gearfried has a place he wants to go, but if Melee was left out there, he wouldn't have left her all alone. So I feel like Gearfried would at least have that modicum of responsibility to make sure Melee isn't being like
That
taken
is
anywhere.
fair. That is why I wanted to just give that opportunity to say, well, yeah, she is currently alone, technically because you're invisible, but she is perceivably alone.
So-
Gearfried will
Okay.
Oh, sorry, if you guys are still in your thing. Yeah, just Gearfried's with Melee right now then.
I was gonna say either if he would allow me to have said I grabbed her because the
I-
player fucked up on that,
I'm
or
gonna
we could go
say,
with Gearfried takes care of her.
because of the heat
I would
of
say
the
you
moment,
ran in the.
You
Yeah.
ran. And that's okay. I mean, you might
He's getting
you might
paid
get a
for
little bit
it
of a
though.
pay cut, but that in
Fuck.
itself is okay.
Zarya
You're
would
gonna
have
have-
remembered. Pretty forgot.
Zarya's gonna hear about
Well,
Zarya's gonna get shit from Saris.
I hate when that happens, when it's like the character would remember, the player forgot something though.
But that's also
well,
the
here's
whole.
the thing. The character may not remember either, because currently
You're
you're in a stressful situation, and the constant stress of your, like, previous, like, learning alcohol don't work no more,
Yeah.
and then
I'm
getting
upset.
talked down to, scolded,
Yeah.
really.
You're just gonna hear Fennec. Zarya. Stop.
Like, Zarya's mind would be chaos right now.
Exactly, and then on top of that, the racist comment from the old lady.
Oh yeah,
And
that
then
put her
it
into
turned
a
into a
rage
she.
spiral.
Like,
This kind of snowballed.
yeah.
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 Fennec is gonna start hitting Zarya's hand like, stop. We
Nope.
left Melee alone. We need to go back.
Fuck. This is
Because
as
Fennec
she's
would've
running.
known
She's
Gearfried's
not.
there.
Yeah. This is as she's running. I know Gearfried's back there, right? Like I know he just turned invisible.
No,
Yeah, we
you
don't know
just
where he
know
went.
he's gone.
Yeah.
You didn't see him.
You drop
Okay.
Gearfried to go confront the lady, so Gearfried fell to the ground
Yeah.
and was like, alright, I'm out. And there's like, think.
I think Zarya is going to hope that he was just fucking around somewhere and he can take care of her because she's too far gone at this point. I think she's probably a bit too far out to double back.
All right.
Yeah.
So if that's happening, Fennec is going to contest the grapple.
Fuck. Okay.
All right, how are you going to contest it? By what means, I should say?
How is he going to contest trying to outstrength a barbarian?
Pretty
Or
much.
Monk.
Slip out of the grip.
She's
Like,
a
you
monk.
can do a dexterity if you would use something like, if you grab the broom to use it as like an extra oomph, you would be able to grab advantage. If you have
Okay.
Misty Step, you can use something like that. Like, I'm trying to figure out how you want
He's
to get out of
small.
it.
Her arm weighs more than he does. He could use himself as leverage.
Yes, but she's
Yeah,
probably
he'll
kind of
try
like
it.
squeezing him like a teddy bear as she runs, like he's a football.
He'll try to slip out first.
Alright, so that'd be an athletics
Okay.
versus a dexterity. I'm going to say an acrobatics check if you want to choose, otherwise a different dexterity-based skill.
Would it be my acrobatics?
Your acrobatics
Yes.
versus her strength.
Okay. If I use the broom, could I argue advantage?
I already said that.
Oh,
So
yeah.
yes.
Okay. Sorry. So confirming then.
Yes, confirmation, 100%.
Okay.
Cool. So it's my athletics.
Yeah,
21.
your athletics. You have
Strength
to beat
athletics,
a
yep.
21.
Come on, baby, mama needs inspiration.
Sure.
I'm with it.
Speaking one.
Yeah, go for it. One way or the other.
Are you fucking me?
Oh,
I mean, it's
Hey,
better.
it's
It
better.
happens.
So, Fennec, you're going to kind of slip out of her grip as you notice there is at least 4 to 8 people following after you two.
Okay.
Grab him again. Just attempt to grab him again.
You can try.
Sure, it would be the same type of check. Acrobatics versus athletics. Unless, Fennec, do you think that there's a different skill that would apply?
Not at the moment.
All right. So if you'd like to attempt
Oh.
to grapple him again, go ahead and do so.
These are
Come on.
straight rolls, right?
Straight rolls.
Come on, dice. Come on, dice. Come. It was 20.
Yeah, you're picked up again.
Okay.
We both rolled like dog shit.
As she picks him up, he misty steps.
You mother.
He misty steps max distance of 30 feet away from her.
So
But
at
in
this,
the direction of the people or away from the people?
Or would Fennec try to go to, like, a roof?
Roof. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
so at this point,
It's a teleport!
as you stopped to try to re-grab him again, and the people are coming closer to you, you notice that he just vanishes, and now you are confronted by 8 to 10 people.
Cool. I'm gonna jump up. I want to. Fuck.
You don't know which direction he went.
I don't need to follow him. I just need to get out. He is on his fucking own at this point.
This has been his
Which
life.
is easier, outrunning these people or trying to parkour my way up to the roof and run on the roofs, do you think?
I mean,
I heard two of the same answer there.
Yeah, right. I would run, get enough distance, go into an alleyway, and then parkour. But that's just me.
I don't know if I trust that plan.
Oh come on, it's
I-
solid. I don't have
DM
I don't
saying
have
that is
cameras
suspicious.
everywhere. Goodness.
I mean, if you're gonna make more of a spectacle of things, can't you activate something and actually fly?
Who, me?
I was well. That's the thing.
Both
I
of you could
don't
probably
think I can actually fly. I reread the thing and it seems like okay, no flying speed. Okay, cool. It seemed like it might have been just gliding at first.
Everybody can fly for a short amount of time.
Yeah, usually it's a ballistic trajectory.
Not everybody has this.
flying or just following an arc?
I mean, technically, back at the college campus, Fennec flew.
Yeah,
Yep. By
Ballistic.
catapult.
Anyhow,
Thank you, Gifford.
So, how would you like to get away?
Okay.
Or try to get away?
Do I see a feasible way of getting up onto the roofs to run?
You've noticed that most of the roofs seem to be flat and not slanted, so there is the possibility.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna try and get up on the roofs. Because I think it'll be harder for them to chase me.
I'm gonna say
From
you're able
there.
to make it up there.
Alright, cool. Fucking just booking it. On the roofs.
You are able to give me a dexterity check for shits and giggles.
Of course.
Hey, listen, you're
Totally.
jumping between roofs. It's got to be a dex check.
Oh, we're good.
I'll
23.
even let you do an art athletics if you needed to. Yeah, with a 19, that was higher than my. And I'm just talking about 19 as the base roll. With that, you are able to move relatively easily. I'm gonna say, unless anybody has any other chaos that they want to unleash, we're just gonna jump ahead to where you regroup at the tavern. Unless, again, somebody has any other chaos that we can revel in.
Well, Gearfried
Oh,
would.
yes, sorry.
You know,
let's say, yeah, that slipped my mind for a second. So, Gearfried, you are invisible. You are next to Melee. Melee is just looking confused and scared, actually. Because in the last week and a half, a disguised visage of herself almost was kidnapped. Multiple individuals have attempted to kidnap her. And she's
Right.
kind of feeling targeted here.
And not by-
Gearfried, while still invisible, is going to walk up to her. Not like I'm not like in a rush or anything, but he's going to walk up to her, place his hand gently on her shoulder, and kind of whisper, not whisper, shout, like in a like just like a non-confrontational voice, say, "Well, you're fine. I'm here."
As you put your hand on her shoulder unexpectedly, she kind of lets out a squeal.
You're fine. You're fine. You're
It
fine.
draws a couple of eyes, but nothing that is suspicious because she's not standing out. Oh,
You're fine. It's just me.
hello, Gifford.
All right, things seem to have gone a bit tits up, so let's get you back to the tavern.
Sure. Oh,
Just
I have
act,
no idea
act
what
natural while
happened.
you...
This all happened very
Well-
quickly.
Yeah, I didn't anticipate this going this way, but just walk casually. I'll be right next to you the entire time, but I do want to see if anyone's got any prying eyes on you, so just try to act natural.
You notice that all prying eyes seem to have vanished as you are making your way back to the tavern.
Okay. Do we hit anything getting there? Because if not, then
No, we're actually going to be able to time skip ahead a little bit to where you are all kind of regrouped.
well, that is one of the things, though. After
Okay.
Gearfried delivers her to the tavern, he does have an errand to run.
Alrighty. So
So he'll drop her off, say, tell the others I'll be back in a couple of minutes. I have a thing to do.
Sure.
And Gearfried's gonna cast another invisibility and piss off over to the place he's going.
Alrighty. With that, you are able to make your way to the newspaper company or the news group. You are able to make your way, but one of the things that you remember is that this individual building, I believe, had an anti-magic doorway.
Yes, it does. Gearfried's not going into the building. He is going to post up for a minute and see if he can't catch a glimpse of that one shifter guy.
Give me a perception check.
Oh boy.
Oh, goody.
Not bad.
You aren't able to make him out. Doesn't necessarily mean that he's not there, it's just not within your current line of sight.
Yeah. Ah. Then Gearfried is going to are there any newsy types looking like they're walking around at least, or like milling about the place, like on a smoke break or something?
You see a couple of individuals hanging around, but as you are watching them, you see an individual running through the main entrance, or towards the main entrance. He's out of breath as he approaches them. We gotta start working on a story. Some serious shit came down. What would you like to do?
Gearfried is, while still invisible, he is going to saunter over to whoever looks like they're the most, grizzled reporter there, if any of them look like they're reporters at least. And I would like to reverse pickpocket the dirty photo of Dorian's wife in that halfling. I'd like to try to reverse pickpocket that onto one of them, because I've had that this entire time.
Go ahead and give me a sleight of hand check.
Okay. That's my bad. Hold on. Give me a sec. I didn't realize holding Alt and clicking the... pro tip for anyone using Opera, if you hold Alt and click a tab, it closes the tab.
Good to know.
Lesson learned.
Don't do it again.
I probably will. Okay. 13.
It's not the smoothest. Yep.
Yeah, I was just making sure. I didn't have any bonuses. I thought it might with my armor.
It's not the smoothest that a lift or reverse lift ever done, and it does draw the attention. But because you're invisible, you're not noticed.
Then Gearfried's going to back up and just head back to the drunken Drake when he figures he's got that securely in the guy's pocket.
Alrighty. And now the players are going to be, or the characters are going to be grouped again together. But what we're going to do is we're going to take a quick break, and we're going to refresh beverages and allow our actors a moment of decompression here, because this escalated very quick. We'll be right back.
While our players take a brief break, check out playersoftherealms.com, and if you need dice and other things like that, check out dicelegion.com. and use product code POTR to get 10% off of your purchase while simultaneously supporting us here at Players of the Realms. Also, be sure to check us out on YouTube and Spotify. If you would like to support us, check us out on Patreon as well. All the links are able to be found on playersoftherealms.com. While you're there, check out our wonderful merchandise. We are in the process of adding more, so keep an eye out. Patreon subscribers receive a discount on all purchase, so while on the store it's more incentive to help support our wonderful cast. While our players take a brief break, check out playersoftherealms.com, and if you need dice and other things like that, check out dicelegion.com and use product code POTR to get 10% off of your purchase while simultaneously supporting us here at Players of the Realms. Also, be sure to check us out on YouTube and Spotify. If you would like to support us, check us out on Patreon as well. All the links are able to be found on playersoftherealms.com. While you're there, check out our wonderful merchandise. We are in the process of adding more, so keep an eye out. Patreon subscribers receive a discount on all purchase, so while on the store it's more incentive to help support our wonderful cast. While our players take a brief break, check out playersoftherealms.com, and if you need dice and other things like that, check out dicelegion.com and use product code POTR to get 10% off of your purchase while simultaneously supporting us here at Players of the Realms. Also, be sure to check us out on YouTube and Spotify. If you would like to support us, check us out on Patreon as well. All the links are able to be found on playersoftherealms.com. While you're there, check out our wonderful merchandise. We are in the process of adding more, so keep an eye out. Patreon subscribers receive a discount on all purchase, so while on the store it's more incentive to help support our wonderful cast. While our players take a brief break, check out playersoftherealms.com, and if you need dice and other things like that, check out dicelegion.com and use product code POTR to get 10% off of your purchase while simultaneously supporting us here at Players of the Realms. Also, be sure to check us out on YouTube and Spotify. If you would like to support us, check us out on Patreon as well. All the links are able to be found on playersoftherealms.com. While you're there, check out our wonderful merchandise. We are in the process of adding more, so keep an eye out. Patreon subscribers receive a discount on all purchase, so while on the store it's more incentive to help support our wonderful cast. While our players take a brief break, check out playersoftherealms.com, and if you need dice and other things like that, check out dicelegion.com and use product code POTR to get 10% off of your purchase while simultaneously supporting us here at Players of the Realms. Also, be sure to check us out on YouTube and Spotify. If you would like to support us, check us out on Patreon as well. All the links are able to be found on playersoftherealms.com. While you're there, check out our wonderful merchandise. We are in the process of adding more, so keep an eye out. Patreon subscribers receive a discount on all purchase, so while on the store it's more incentive to help support our wonderful cast. While our players take a brief break, check out playersoftherealms.com, and if you need dice and other things like that, check out dicelegion.com and use product code POTR to get 10% off of your purchase while simultaneously supporting us here at Players of the Realms. Also, be sure to check us out on YouTube and Spotify. If you would like to support us, check us out on Patreon as well. All the links are able to be found on playersoftherealms.com. While you're there, check out our wonderful merchandise. We are in the process of adding more, so keep an eye out. Patreon subscribers receive a discount on all purchase, so while on the store it's more incentive to help support our wonderful cast. While our players take a brief break, check out playersoftherealms.com, and if you need dice and other things like that, check out dicelegion.com and use product code POTR to get 10% off of your purchase while simultaneously supporting us here at Players of the Realms. Also, be sure to check us out on YouTube and Spotify. If you would like to support us, check us out on Patreon as well. All the links are able to be found on playersoftherealms.com. While you're there, check out our wonderful merchandise. We are in the process of adding more, so keep an eye out. Patreon subscribers receive a discount on all.
We are back, and man, I love this group. I just do. I did not think that when I started tonight's session, I'd be contemplating about a character turning somebody into a sheep. That was wonderful. I'm going to give you an inspiration for that. Let's reward this behavior.
Thank you.
Do I get an inspiration for rescuing or attempting rescue?
I mean, you did attempt the rescue, but he also left you to hang and dry, so that's going to be something you're going to have a conversation with Fennec with later on, and I don't know how pointed that conversation is.
I was just going to strangle him.
If she can catch him.
Gotcha, so blunt force damage, there we go. Alright, but with that, we are going to just kind of time skip ahead so that the characters are all together once more. So we've got the Sweeney Todd, the stealthy one that's been hiding in the shadows, and
oh yeah, just straight up murdered you, dude.
Yeah. Then we have our
He's
sheep
stalking
wrangler.
us.
Then we have our Goliath sprinter and parkour master. And then we have Gearfried, who just went invisible and was responsible and watched over Mei Li. But, Saris, from your perspective, you would see Mei Li return to the tavern alone.
Did I get back first?
You left the scene first, so yes.
But I interrogated a dude.
And they were,
I think I'd
and
get
they were
back
running.
last.
Okay, that's okay. So we're gonna say that Fennec then and Zarya, you got there first. Levin, you would be the third. Mei Li would be the fourth, and Saris, you would be the fifth. Yep.
Levin would have ran to make up for lost time. He would have probably come in after Saris or at around the same time.
Okay.
Would he have caught Saris, like, before they go through the and enter the tavern, or?
You know what? Yeah, let's have that interaction.
All right. So that's where we'll start. So
Yeah.
No. This is like in an alleyway just before the tavern.
Okay. Yeah. She sees Levin's like, oh, there you are. You missed the whole meeting with the Dusk clan. No, Borma clan.
No, I didn't.
You weren't in the meeting.
Correct, and I'll learn about that later. What happened?
I don't know. I went to interrogate someone and then the street exploded.
And he walks in the door.
Emotionally. A lot of screaming. Zarya took off. She grabbed Fennec. I caught a
had
little
the
bit of it.
You had the individual in your control, and you didn't search him for identification.
It wasn't necessary. The thing I wanted was in his head.
Considering that he was affiliate with the Emerald Claw, that kind of was an important bit.
Okay. I think I can... I have this one coming. That's on me. So you were watching?
That said, I was trying to make sure we weren't being actively tailed rather than reported upon. Do you know how many individuals were sending those paper birds?
More than one.
I stopped counting after 10.
Oh. Well, I have one of the magic pads of paper. So, we might be able to find out who is taking such a keen interest in us.
The Emerald Claw. And Levin's gonna basically hands out, palms up, shrug, like, come on.
I mean, anyone can dress themselves up like that. I like to put a face to things.
Alright, look, you have a diversity of associates. And he's gonna pull out his sketch. Do you have any recognition of a symbol like this?
The second symbol?
The flame symbol, yes.
Yeah. Do I? Is it anything I would have encountered?
you would have seen it once or twice, but where it's from, you're not sure. So from your perspective, it's something that you've seen in passing, like somebody wearing like the evil eye tattooed. It's just something that can be decoration based.
All right.
Have a meaning.
Levin's going to lead with some information that may or may not be true, but it's not what he's going to be looking into. I only recognize this as a coat of arms for Thrain. Or potentially the Church of the Silver Flame. But
There's
I'm
two
not
very diametrically opposed groups.
No, the Church of the Silver Flame is within Thrain.
I know, I'm getting Thrain confused with Karnath.
And the problem is if this individual is affiliated with both, there's more.
This symbol, did it have a context? Like, the people wearing it, were they a particular type of person?
Human, that's all you were really able to notice. I mean,
Okay.
some of them, you would have seen, the one that you kind of killed had brown hair.
Kind of.
Yeah, kind of.
There
Kind
was
of
no
tortured
kind
a
of
little
about
bit.
it.
Kind of tortured him a little bit.
He has
Intimidated
two
him.
smiles, one above and below the jaw.
Ooh. But yeah,
Murder.
no, besides that, that's... You also didn't really take time to examine him either. You just kind of, grabbed him, tortured
Yep.
him, and then killed him.
Well, he didn't have the answers I wanted.
And that's okay. If you didn't
So
kill
he
him,
may
he
have
was going to
given
kill
give you
him.
the answers.
Yeah, well, he can't report back that we're kind of onto them, hopefully.
Yeah, no
Anyhow.
necromancy spells or anything like that.
I'm sorry, sir. Have you never had handlers or people
No.
specifically minding your business?
No, it's in fact something I actively avoid. It sounds horrifying.
And how many people have you reported to over the past 3 months?
She looks at him questioningly.
Are we forgetting
go-
Miss Eye Patch?
Oh, right. She's fun. I mean, they more like, I don't report to them, I just do them favors. And they give me money.
Sirs, don't mince words with me.
Not, I actually, really specifically what we do. They say, hello, we'll do this thing for you, you do this thing for us. Occasionally, this thing for you is money, and this thing for us is bring them a thing.
Well, I do have to give you some note of appreciation. I now have a sleepless night ahead of me to make sure the rest of the group is safe. So, thank you.
You're welcome.
And he's gonna walk away.
She will stand there for a minute and let him walk away just so that she doesn't have to walk next to him while he's being grumpy.
Oh god, I love how you just describe it as grumpy. But with that, you two would make it to the tavern at about the same time. The rest of you, while you were waiting for Saris and Levin to make it back, what would you all be doing? So it would be Gearfried, Zarya, Fennec, and Melee currently in the tavern.
Fennec is going to go to the bartender and go, I will have some of your finest mutton.
Sure. That would be 5 silver pieces. And he's going to start cooking it for you.
I think Zarya walks in, huffing and puffing, because she didn't stop running. You fucking little bastard.
Who, me?
Was it not Fennec I was chasing? Yeah, it was.
It was.
So is Saris in here yet?
She
Yeah.
is
No.
not.
No. What did I do?
What did you fucking walk up to him, whisper, shout, so I'm not fucking yelling this across the tavern?
Stage whisper.
The whole fucking issue that started the running. I handling it. I called her off. She walked up. It's fine. We can leave it at that. You don't need to fucking escalate shit.
Yes. And by you grabbing me and booking it, you made us public enemies #1.
It doesn't fucking matter to the racist ass minds if we are guilty or not. They think automatically we are guilty if we run or not. They think we are guilty. So I fucking run before they fucking get mob mentality and pitchforks and torches, because I don't want to fucking murder some racist bitches.
And you
Is
left
it-
Melee alone.
is Gearfried coming in at this point? Because I kind of have a thing I want to do.
I
Be
would say
primo timing.
it works.
Because as you kind of like right on that you left Melee behind, Gearfried is going to grab both of you by the ears and pull you down towards him, Zarya, and up towards him, Fennec.
Punch.
He's just gonna pull you both towards him and be like, "Excuse me, do you have a moment? We need to have a bit of a discussion, it would seem."
Immediately punching you on instinct.
Go ahead and make an attack roll. Zarya, go
You
ahead.
grab her ear. Yeah, I know. Buttons.
No, I got you.
Damn, I am rolling like shit today.
You were going to that wouldn't miss, I believe. Correct, Gearfried? What's
No,
your count?
I'm in my armor, so it would actually it meets it.
You all right?
Uh,
So-
Fennec Silver Barbs.
Okay, re-roll it.
Wait,
Watch
who's
me
getting
get a
the
better
advantage?
roll.
Who's getting the disadvantage?
I don't know, but I just love that you're using resources for this. I love this.
He will
So-
obviously give
Yep.
Gearfried the advantage.
Well, would you look at that?
All right,
Okay, bet.
you are still gonna hit, but Gearfried, you have advantage on your next roll.
Well, actually, Gearfried is as she's punching him, he's gonna be like, "Wait, sorry, don't," and as she hits him, for funsies, I'm gonna burn a one of my resources here. Just gotta find which one it is. It is my telekinetic reprisal. So you need to make a strength saving throw, Zarya.
What's the DC?
16.
Wah, wah.
Okay, you take 2d8 force damage and are blasted back 10 feet.
The tavern falls into a hush.
Yeah, that was actually a 50-50 for Zarya.
So you strike me and my arms light up and I'm just like, wait, and then it blasts you back 10 feet. You take 7 damage.
Motherfucker.
Psychic, I believe.
Ow.
Force
you-
damage, sorry.
As you fly through, knocking over several tables, again, the eyes on the tavern are now focused on you as a hush falls.
Lift a hand quickly to put your side. It's okay. It's okay. Friends, we're good. I'll pay for damage. Oh, fuck. Oh.
Are you done trying to manhandle us?
Yes, now get in the booth.
What about me says you should fucking surprise me?
Nothing, and quite frankly, the sudden reactions are part of the reason I invented this little system in myself. Now, both of you need to explain to me what the fuck either of you were thinking.
I would. Oh, yeah. Oh, she just starts grumbling and giant. Okay. Here's what happens.
I know what
I
happened.
just
I
heard-
was there.
I-
An old
I
racist lady
heard-
made a comment.
Yes, I heard the comment. I yelled at her. She walked off. It was going to be handled. I was not going to do anything. This fucking idiot decides to turn her into a sheep. I'm
Yes.
whispering this as well.
Speaking of, bartender, where's my mutton?
I'm going to strangle you.
Look.
You can try. You failed twice at that already.
All right, look. Unfortunately, Levin's not here, so I have to be the one to yell at you two.
Why me? I did not. I handled. I tried.
You
okay,
were
I
trying
forgot
to make a
me.
you were trying to make a scene about a fucking comment. Be the bigger person in that aspect.
Sweet.
She's an idiot.
Bigger person, she's bigger than everybody.
Oh, don't fucking look. Okay.
And
look.
Fennec, you have gotten yourself arrested once already. I don't think getting arrested a second time, especially with that brand on your ass, is going to be doing us any favors. Magic's illegal here, especially polymorphing someone against their will.
Lower voice.
Fennec is gonna go. How long have we known each other?
Probably longer than either of us should be alive at this point. But look, both of you just need to fucking control yourselves. For like a minute,
hey.
just breathe.
All I did was say it to my face. That's it.
DM,
And you raised the bitch.
is
Yes.
the bar generally quiet while they're having this yell?
Yes.
That's why Zoria told him
This
to
is
shut the
stage
fuck.
this is stage whispered. I should mention. I'm not
Oh,
like actually
Well,
shouting.
no.
That-
I want to know the general volume of everything else around you,
As
because
you two,
the
as
door's
you
going to
two,
open at some point.
as you two walk in, there's no jovialence. Like, it's almost as if they're attempting to eavesdrop around them.
Jesus Christ.
There is no subtlety about it either. So as you're all stage whispering, like if you look up, you do see eyes on you.
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Fuck up.
Levin's going to do a left and right with a stern look on his face. But he's going to zero in on those three.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, Dad's here.
Man. Preemptively, Zarya pokes her head up. It's like, I
And he's going to
I
approach
know
the table. Or the booth, sorry.
He's gonna go to the bathroom.
No,
grab you.
you are not.
No, the fuck you're not.
Fennec,
The only moment it's
sit.
for is a third time.
Fennec,
Yes,
sit.
sir.
I'm not going to chastise any of you. Get your stuff. We're leaving.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I tried to get him the fuck out of that
No.
situation.
Zarya,
Hmm.
get your things. We are leaving.
I was going back for Mei Li, who you left alone.
Shh. Fennec, if you wish for me to raise my voice, please continue.
Out of character? Is that a challenge?
Oh my god. This is just like getting scolded by a parent.
AFO.
Gearfried has already grabbed Mei Li by her elbow and is pulling her out of the tavern.
Well, she would be getting her stuff, I believe, first.
But
and
Fennec,
then-
if Fennec's gonna do an insight against Levin, I'll just outright tell you, this will not go well for you.
Fennec respects Levin enough and listens to him. He won't.
He's not
Gearfried's
treating you
gonna
like a
be keeping an eye
child,
on
but
Mei Li.
he is being very open with how irritated he is.
Oh, Fennec's his passive perception sucks. His insight's not bad.
That's fine. It's obvious.
Yeah. He's not pushing him. He'll
He's
walks
cartoon mad.
as he walks by Levin, he will stop, like kind of like when they're facing opposite, but like next to each other. He will kind of look up and go, "I fucked up, but I was going back for Mei Li."
That's a later discussion. We need to leave.
Okay. And where's Sarah's? Because I need to tell her, but she's gonna be proud of me.
Go you fuck off.
Would you what? Gearfried, you missed one.
I'm going to get my shit.
Thank you.
Don't let it slip out of your fingers.
Fennec,
Sorry.
I am resisting the urge to strangle him. I'm going to get my stuff. I'm going to get my stuff. I'm going to get
please be brief.
Saris will arrive.
You see this tense environment. And you see, again, all eyes on your party.
She looks she looks mildly like okay, not happy-go-lucky, but she had a kind of mildly pleasant expression on her face, and the mood in the bar makes her smile disappear. Yes, Levin.
Please understand when I say this because it is important. Gather your things. We need to relocate.
She points to her backpack. I'm ready to go.
Good. I'll be waiting outside for everyone else. And he walks out.
By the time Mei Li has finished and well, actually, I should ask. When Saris, when you walk back, are you going to take over babysitting Mei Li?
Yeah.
Okay, then Gearfried's going to kind of give you a shoulder pat and be like, "All right, your shift," and he's going to head outside back towards Levin. And as he walks out, looks towards him and just kind of sidles up next to him and just... Don't know if you have any place in mind, but my brother's shop might be empty right now.
Make sure everyone shows up.
Can do.
Fennec's gonna hang by Sarah's head.
Yep.
Zarya will get her stuff and head out. And we'll toss however much Sarah's paid her for the day for melee bodyguard duty. Toss that to Sarah.
Catches it and it's like, what's
I
this
fucked
for?
up. I fucked up. That's just I fucked up.
We'll review that later. Don't worry about it. But she takes the money for now. And she'll look at Fennec and it's like, you really need to work on the impulse control, don't you?
It's almost instinctual when someone says it.
Yeah.
You want someone to talk. I'm pretty sure I heard whoever you were going to spy on yell.
Yeah.
But
I appreciate
I-
it. Good distraction, by the way, I have to say. Worked out well for me.
I was careful this time around. I
You...
did more things
You-
so that I
yeah.
didn't.
Alright,
That was careful. That was careful.
Zarya, you're lovely.
Mm.
You're beautiful. You're glorious. Please go outside. I will talk to Fennec.
Okay.
I subtle spelled it, so there was no verbal, no movement. It just happened, so it didn't draw any attention to me.
Have you ever lived in a place with laws before?
He's just gonna look down at himself and look back at her.
You were raised in a library. My understanding is they have a rule about silence.
Yes, and I didn't say a word.
Are you able to adapt to other rules?
With hard work and determination.
Do you have a sense of self-preservation for your companions?
About that.
It's a yes or no question. I'm not looking for an elaborate answer.
So you mean
You care about what... Either you care whether your actions help us survive, or you don't care whether you do something and it hurts us. Because we are an us. You are part of us. What you do doesn't just hurt you, it hurts us when you do something impulsive without thinking through the consequences. There's a reason I dragged a man into an alleyway instead of interrogating him on the open street.
You're right. Change doesn't happen overnight, and I am trying.
I respect and appreciate that. You've learned a lot. You've come a long way. But the impulse to attack people on the street has never served anyone well. And I think maybe you're realizing why?
Mm.
Because these people tend to pay guards to look after them so that the people who hurt them are punished. We exist outside of that system successfully
Then
by
back to-
not drawing attention to ourselves.
Then why are we always hanging out in places we don't belong?
You can be hiding in plain sight is the easiest way to hide, because only people who aren't doing anything wrong stand in plain sight. It's an assumption.
You can say that as yourself. I, as a goblin, cannot hide anywhere. We don't get to hide.
Your behavior determines what happens to you.
I was standing in a street.
Yes. And you cast a spell in a highly regulated town.
At that point, I had nothing to lose because I was already the target for standing.
Did you have nothing to lose? Because you lost Meili.
And I went back for her if I hadn't been dragged
You
out of
lost. Hey, listen to me. The situation got out of hand because you acted impulsively. You have a good instinct for a lot of things, but your instinct to lash out when you're angry is not serving you well.
Look at my past. Can you blame me?
I don't. And I'll be honest, coming from me, it's a little bit hypocritical. I too am impulsive. The only difference between you and me is I tend to look for ways to do things out of sight of others.
You're right. So I guess you won't be congratulating me on getting out of Zarya's grip twice and
Getting out of
having
Zarya's
it
grip. Getting out of Zarya's grip is easy. It's not an accomplishment. Anyone can do it. Meili can do it.
He's just gonna have this little smirk at that comment.
But congratulations. Welcome to the Got Out of Zarya's Grip Club.
Not only did I get out of her grip, I got out of there without getting caught and leaving her to get caught, which now I see your point,
Yes, now you see my point. Thank you.
but I still
That's
did it.
good. You did it this time, but maybe you won't do it next time. I think Levin's right. We need to work on our teamwork. And never tell him I said that. He doesn't need to know. But there may be. We need to work on our cohesiveness. May have to adopt a somewhat unionized way of thinking.
Oh, I have one. Okay, you can only have me keep one secret. I can either not tell Levin or I can not tell Gearford you just said that.
You can tell Levin anything you want then. Besides, Levin doesn't hold it over you. He'll just accept it for what it is. I can't stand Gearfried being right. It's just too painful to my soul. Anyhow, alright.
I
We're
hear
gonna
what
work on...
I hear what you're saying.
Yes, we're gonna work... Both of us should work on our impulsiveness. We
Deal.
need to be a little more... thinking... We need to take a moment to think about our situations and what we're doing.
He will just nod his head and basically acknowledge it as till the next situation.
Yep. And as she walks past him, she will ruffle the hair on the top of his head and head on. Well, all right, let's go. We need to be off. Levin is probably getting impatient.
As opposed to
You'd be surprised.
there. He doesn't have anything, so he's just gonna walk out.
So with
Yep.
that, where would you guys like to regroup?
I floated 11 to try out my brother's masonry shop. It's like an actual, like a machine type. It's a big shop floor. It's not like an actual go in and buy stuff shop. But it's probably empty. They said that they're busy, so I assume they're out of town. So I assume if there are people there, I could just float hey, this is my brother's place, let me in. Or if they're not, if no one's there, I'll just break in.
There you go. That seems like a good idea.
Alright. Everyone's
fuck 'em.
present.
Could just pop the lock if you're interested in not kicking the door open.
I wasn't gonna
Fantastic.
kick the door open.
We need to get there first. So, is everyone present? He's not even looking at any of you.
Yep.
He is staring into space, like 1,000-yard stare.
Yep, we're going. Let's go.
No.
We're
First.
present. Yes.
First things first. And I'm going to make a second cast of Pass Without Trace,
All right.
targeting everyone in the group, including Meili. Okay. targets of interest. Melee, Ceres. Who can make both of them invisible?
I have one eye on Melee, I suppose.
I can take care of both of us. I will upcast invisibility.
Alrighty.
All right, Gearfried, that leaves you and Fennec. Are you able to take care of those?
I can get us both, yeah.
Good. It will be your task to guide the rest of them to this location. As for me and Zarya, and Levin's gonna pull a map out. Show me.
Gearfried will point out the location of his brother's shop, and because I've been there before, I actually trained Cogfried on how to get there. And actually, Cogfried's with me right now, so I can also just have Cogfried fly up in the air and act like a... He's in his owl form right now, so I can have him be kind of a guide for anyone who gets a little lost. Just look for the owl.
Yep.
And Zarya, you can manage to be discreet.
Yes.
Good. We're leaving.
And with that, you would begin to make
We can
your
have
way-
any discussions over at the second location.
With that, you are going to be able to make your way towards the shop. You are going to see that the shop itself is closed, but the lights are on inside. You would hear the
Gearfried.
sound of metal hitting on metal, sound of pounding of hammers, things like that.
Gearfried would give a polite knock on the door then.
Oi, who's there?
Your boss's brother!
You're going to hear a loud chuckle. And it is a very familiar chuckle. It would be Axe's... the sound that Axe makes when you're being funny unintentionally.
Ah, boy. Axe, it's Gear. Open up.
You came back again, huh? And you're going to hear a silence as the door opens, as in no squeaks of the door. It's very well maintained.
Good to see they finally got the place up to snuff. I hate to ask, but we could use a place to stay for the night. We're kind of in a bit of a pickle right now.
Yeah, sure, come on in. But if your bit of a pickle gets into our bit of a pickle, you're gonna owe me.
Don't worry, we intend to leave tomorrow. Actually, it's probably good that we're here. We're gonna be heading over to Karnath. I don't suppose you have anything you want to give Mum or Pops?
Yeah, tell them to send me some more nice, good stuff, the good alcohol. This swill is too weak.
Fair enough. Where's Shield?
Out of town.
Yeah. All right. Gearfried just kind of motion everybody to hop in.
Considering about half of you are invisible, he's going to see you motioning to nobody.
Gearfried will drop the invisibility on Fennec. Or can I do that? Does it drop when I drop, or do you drop it?
You can drop it with
I
concentration.
believe you're the one who's
I-
concentrating, so
Yeah,
you would
so
drop it.
I will drop it, and I will introduce Fennec, Axfried, Fennec.
Hello?
Hello.
Come on
Ceres
in.
and Melee will remain invisible.
Okay.
I can hear your annoyed expression, Ceres. There's a small elven woman named Ceres here, and her even smaller elven friend, Melee.
Okay.
Meanwhile, the hulking giant that is Zarya.
Just so you know, any magic once you cross the threshold will be nullified, so come on in.
You have an
That's
anti-magic shield. How'd
inside.
you afford that?
Only on the door. And I knew a guy.
You gone in through the window.
And yeah, Gifford will just introduce him to everybody as they walk in, just to be polite.
Alrighty.
Ceres has met them before. She's like, hey, love the beard. So much better than Gifford's.
I know, right? You know, he used to try to get his flames on his face to get it like he had a beard. And he was always so adorable when he tried. And he's gonna kind of just clap you on the back as he closes the door behind you all.
Yep. And she's just gonna grin at him and then, like, give a side eye to Gearfried.
Levin and Zarya, would you be with them as well, right?
Yeah, we'd be coming in at around the same time.
Alright. So you two are also going to be let in. You would be arriving kind of just as Ceres and Maylee are walking through. Oh, they are? I'm not sure. Levin, were you there when they met Axe the first time?
I believe so, but he didn't have much to say during their interaction.
Yep.
Ceres
So-
was the one they know, probably remember the most.
Yep.
Yeah.
That and Zarya would be new, so here he would look up. And you are definitely a tall one.
So wonderfully tall.
Astute observation.
Unfortunately, I'm kind of short, so our doors aren't too tall. So you might have to bend down. Sorry.
That's alright. The rest of this, not many places are built for. Fuck, what is she again?
Goliath.
Goliath, thank you. I forgot the fucking name of it for a second there.
Well, come on in, come on in. If what Gearfried says and you're in a pickle, I don't think exposure's the best for you.
Gearfried's also going to palm Axe 5 gold.
He's going to pocket it. And as he closed the door, he's going to look around. Make yourselves at home. There's a tea kettle there. And then you can tell me what you've gotten into.
Before any of that, pardon me, that axe, was it? Which of your windows gives the largest angle of view?
Of this room, well, we don't really have any. The windows are more in the back. Up front, we have only 2 portholes at the east and west of the building.
Fine.
And Levin's gonna post near one of the portholes and start scanning outside.
Should we have made stealth rolls on the way over here?
With the pass without a trace and
It basically
using
gives
the-
everyone a +10 on whatever they'd roll.
so I'm
Yeah,
using-
but if we
and-
rolled shitty and
Well, it's a group check at that point.
And more
Yeah.
than half of you
Even
were
if
also invisible, so it's not something that was necessarily necessary.
We
to
spent
do rolls
resources
for.
to succeed.
Yeah, advantage plus with the +10, that basically is a +15. Even if you rolled a 1, that's 16 and up.
okay, just double check. Sorry, I know it's kind of like teacher, did we have homework moment?
No,
but-
it's cool. We're explaining.
no, I just shifted and my cat jumped off my lap.
Aw.
Oh. So with that, you are staked out at one of the portholes. You are paying attention. You don't notice anything immediately, or at this current time.
He'll let them finish their discussion before he turns away from that.
So with that, Axe is going to be looking through all of you for somebody to explain why he's housing you all.
All right. I guess I'll be the first one to speak. Put simply, there's some bad people who are after her. They are trying to follow her, and I'm pointing at Melee. They're trying to follow her and grab her as well as her, and I'm going to point to Ceres. And quite frankly, we just need to get them out of town for the time being. We're going to be heading up to Karnath to meet a fella named Ramos. And on the way, perhaps maybe even say hey to Mom and Pops, but that's more of an ancillary thing, if we get to it. Anyway, these two are primary targets for some big guys, and those two, I'm going to point to
Fennec and Zarya?
And Zarya, yeah. Those two made a bit of a ruckus to bring eyes onto them, so now we're pretty sure that they knew the bar that we were staying at. We were extra careful on our way over here to make sure that no one followed us, invisibility, all that good stuff. So, likely you would have had to be an eldritch being to even know that we existed at that point. So we just need a place to hold up for the night, and then we're going to be out of here in the morning.
To be clear, he made us a target. I got us out of there.
Ramos,
Just think.
Zarya?
you know
Zarya, my
Ramos
dear?
Aduran.
That's not helpful.
Yeah, Ramos Sadurin, you know him.
I do. He's a good person to
Uncle
know.
Ramram?
Never heard that name.
Still don't know this Ram.
Yes, he's
Oh,
a
yes.
good person to know.
Where do you know him from?
I don't know if you've ever tried to
Ramos
start a
Sadurin
business.
is an official within Rote.
He also has good connections into the Dragon Marked houses.
Please
Which
don't
ones?
tell me you're involving yourself with the Dragon Mark politics.
How do you expect to make
More like the
money
Dragon
on the
Mark.
road if you don't have business with them?
There
Little
are a
brother,
million reasons
and he's
that's
going
not
to
a good
ta-
idea.
He's going to tap on your head. Think about it. Who else is going to pay for things? If we wanted to supply, wares for the Lightning Rail, we'd have to work with a Dragon Marked houses. You and your wild ideas. Let me
Oh, the
guess.
onions.
With all of your training, I would be surprised if you had more than 300 gold pieces in your purse right now.
Look,
Tell me I'm wrong.
my finances are neither here nor there. It's not always about just making the most money. Sometimes you gotta live with some integrity. But the point is, regardless of my feelings towards all of that, the Dragon Marked houses are dangerous.
At the
You talk about
comment,
not wanting to get yourself in trouble. You're gonna get yourself in trouble working with them. They double cross everybody.
at the comment
Not everybody.
of his integrity, you're going to see that he begins to kind of like clench his fist. Oh, my integrity!
Can I tell you a story about Geofried's mechanical genius? You're gonna love it.
Sure.
So when we first met, he was riding that contraption, he was trying to ride that contraption, and it had just broke down, and he needed me to fix it.
It's not a surprise there. Listen, he is wonderful when he comes to the smelting and the crafting of it, but he abandoned his true talents to go pursue that stuff he like, that hobby of his.
Mm-hmm. Indeed.
And he's going to pour himself a large cup, and he's going to slide one over to Gearfried. He's going to pour another one for himself and just place the bottle on the table, and you guys can serve yourselves.
Mm-hmm.
Gearfried's going to take a swig, and he's going to look like he wants to respond, but at the same time, he's gonna. He also doesn't want to be a hypocrite, and he did just lecture both Zarya and Fennec on self-control. So he's gonna hold his tongue, bite his tongue, and just look. To each their own when it comes to philosophy. I'm not saying this because I'm critical of you. I'm saying this because I'm genuinely worried about you. You're my brother, and I love you. And I don't want to see you get hurt because some fuckers in the Dragon Marked house has decided that you were expendable. That's all.
So,
He is right. And to them, anyone who's not the family is expendable.
You know, you have a familiar face.
Seared into my memory. I know.
He's gonna start looking at you with a inscrutable look. Where have I
I'm
seen
going
it?
to, do we have rooms that we can stay in?
You have the main room where customers would come in, and then you have the forge in the back.
Forge is currently in
Going-
active use, so it's going to be pretty hot.
Yes.
She's trying very hard to think of a way out of the situation, and it's working.
Zarya,
I need
Just-
to use the bathroom. Get up, walk away.
The outhouse is in the back.
And then I will start. I'll start a conversation with Axfried about the benefits of a monarchical system, hereditary monarchy, and all the perks that it brings to the citizen.
I'm definitely not a fan of a monarchy.
But we can agree it's better than a Dragonmont system. The guild houses might have all the money, but they do not necessarily look after the people the way a monarch.
Yeah, listen. I think that most people outside of small groupings tend to stack themselves a bit against others. Meaning, doesn't matter if it's a monarchy, a dictator, somebody's just looking out for the wealthy. But when you have a clan, that's who you take care of.
Also, the benefits of a monarchy, we literally just got done with a war for that one.
Well,
But
I didn't
you'd
say
be
it was
surprised.
perfect.
We may think that we're done with war, but the demand for weapons has been increasing.
Oh.
Questions for later. Gearfried,
Oi.
how long would it take for you to do a cursory inspection of Carpe Diem?
Not very long. Hour most. I want to be thorough.
How thorough?
I
Very
can
thorough.
assist.
Were there any other collaborators for the construction of Carpe Diem?
Most of the frame was
It's a
salvaged
yes or
from
no questions.
Well, it depends on what you mean by others. It was partially constructed when I purchased most of the pieces, but the other parts, no one helped me construct it from the salvage that I made it from. If that's what you're asking.
I'll adjust my question. Are you familiar with every bolt, scrap of metal?
Yeah.
Fine. Tomorrow, before we load Carpe Diem onto the rail, give it a cursory inspection. Literally discard anything you don't recognize.
Will do.
If you can't tell right now, I'm frustrated.
That seemed apparent.
You are going to see Axfried get up, and he is going to start making his way back to the forge, and the pounding of a hammer is going to resume.
Theris is gonna sit in a corner and go into her trance, so that she can sort of spell Levin, and they can alternate.
Yeah, if nobody was trying to keep watch, Levin was gonna lose a night of sleep over this.
Now she'll sleep for she'll go into a trance for 4 hours and then basically give you 4 hours to rest.
We'll have to do.
Zarya can take up a watch too.
Gearfried is going to rest fully, but before bed, he's going to walk over to the forge and just kind of shoot the shit with Axe for a little bit. That's sort of like awkward, politics just got talked about during Thanksgiving dinner, but now let's just joke about when we were kids to not think about it, that kind of banter.
Yep. So, why are you going back to Karnath?
Mostly because we want to meet with that Ramos fella.
I heard he's been gone for a while.
He has. We haven't exactly gotten much in the realm of that. He messaged just a little while ago telling us in some sort of code that there was something about birds and flight patterns. I imagine it had to do with either us encountering enemies or enemies encountering us, either to or from there.
Man, as drunkard as he may appear, he is... I don't know if you've ever gotten drunk with him, but he is more dwarf than he is anything else, that man.
I drank with him on the light rail a little while ago. I mean, yeah, that guy puts him down.
But let's hope that he returns safe. He does a lot more than most people understand.
You're not telling me something.
Hmm? And then you're going to hear the clink, clink. If you're going to sit here and chatter, you might as well put your hands to use.
All right, fine. Gearfried's gonna start helping him.
And then with that, the night is going to pass uneventfully, thankfully. Fennec, in that time, what were you doing? Were you going straight to sleep?
Yeah, he had a trying after.
I could imagine.
He's more like if anything, he's not sleeping, but he is laying on whatever surface he is. Kind of like that, like hands behind the head, laying down, looking up, but like really going deep into thought about like him and Saris's conversation.
With that,
And then occasionally thinking about Zarya's face every time he slipped out of her hand.
Motherfucker.
Chuckle. But more so, he's doing a deep dive into that conversation with Saris.
With that, it is now the next morning. What would you all like to do?
We need to get her package.
You do?
A bit of bookkeeping. Counted as a long rest?
Yes.
Okay.
You all have your resources back and raring to go.
Yeah.
Excellent. Gearfried, first thing in the morning, is going to head over to the Carpe Diem and start doing an inspection.
Actually, before you do that, Gearfried, I need you to come with me. You have the bag of holding.
All right. Let's do your thing first.
Yep. And Gearfried and I will go back to the speakeasy to pick up our...
Parcel.
Yes, parcel.
As you get let in, you see Johnny once more sitting, even at 8 o'clock in the morning, or 7 o'clock in the morning. He's already got a drink in front of him. Oh, I say, you did come back. Good. In the center of the table, you're going to see a wooden box with a simple lock. On top of it, you're going to see a card with the seal of the House Orion. And it's going to say, good for 1,000 miles. and it is going to have, I believe you told him, did you tell them how many people you have?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. It is going to say that specific number. So it's basically a voucher for it.
6 people.
Yep.
And a vehicle.
And a vehicle.
All right. Well then, I guess our next stop is Fort Bones.
All right. You head over to the bar. Get everyone. I'm gonna start running my eyes over Carpe Diem, make sure everything there is up to snuff.
Yep. I will hand the parcel over to Gearfried.
Stuff in the bag.
Yep. I take a good long look at the box to get an idea of what it looks like. If I can, I would like to. Was it like a generic wooden box?
It's a generic wooden box. It would
Okay,
be
I want-
probably 4 inches by 4 inches.
Cool. And I'm just asking, where did you get the box? Johnny. I'm asking him. By any chance?
From a boxman. It's quite handy.
Perfect. Alright then. And I am going to basically, in the time that Gearfried is looking over Carpe Diem, I am going to find as much of an exact replica of the box as I can to use as a red herring.
Alrighty. So go ahead and give me an investigation check.
Oh, goody. I'm going to burn a spell slot. So have enhanced ability. Oh. And investigation. Ooh.
Alright. You'd be able to find one that looks almost identical. It's just the shading of the wood is much different, and the one that you found doesn't have a lacquer on it.
Okay. I can work with that. I will purchase the box.
Alright.
And I held the box. I have a sense of the weight.
Yes.
So I would look for something on the way, just like loose rocks, anything to just get it kind of back to the weight of the original.
It's about 5 pounds,
Roughly.
8 pounds.
Okay. Yep, so I'm just gonna, drop in a few heavy rocks in the fake box, or
Alright.
the decoy box, to just, give it a little more heft. And then I'll close it.
Noted. And with that, what are the rest of you doing? So we know, Gearfried, you're looking over the vehicle. Levin, Fennec, and Zarya, what would you be doing?
Fennec would be finding Gearfried.
Alright. You would find him. Gearfried, did you move the vehicle from the Drunken Dragon?
Yes.
Would you have brought it to Axe's shop?
Yeah, it would have. There would have been space. I would have had the chance to. I had a few more burns of invisibility. I would have still made the trip back just to go grab it at some point.
So we would say you'd be able to find him relatively easy. He'd just be looking at the vehicle.
I'm also writing things down on my clipboard.
Yep. You're going to see that Axe
Fennec?
comes up, and he looks at the welding points, and he looks at some of the work that you did to reshape things. Disappointing. Shoddy workmanship.
Well, sometimes you can't always afford the best things, and you have to work with what you've got. I'm just like going to be flipping through the. I'm like half paying attention.
You can always do your best. I've seen you do better than this. This is... He's gonna just start mumbling curse words in Dwarvish.
Gearfried's going to just do the same, also in Dwarvish.
Quality family time.
Gearfried is more focused right now. Like, he isn't trying to be rude or sarcastic, but he is genuinely like, okay, if Levin thinks this is as big a deal as he was trying to make it, then it probably is important enough to warrant being thorough. So he is like, should I roll investigation on this, or am I just gonna find anything?
Go ahead and roll investigation.
$18, and I'm gonna flash of genius as well to bring that to 22.
All right. You notice that in the very back, there are a couple of symbols that have been almost carved in a meticulous way on the side, so that it was out of direct line of view. So, like, unless you were looking for something, it's something you wouldn't have found.
Okay, that's unnerving. Gearfried's going to analyze this. Does it ping is it magical? Is this like a painted thing? You said it was scratched on, so is it like something I can mend?
It's something you can mend, and it is a sigil, so that's something that would kind of link them to it in some way. You don't know what it is without using like a detect magic for it.
Right. In that case, Gearfried is going to sketch a little piece of that symbol down on a piece of paper. He's then going to rip that piece of paper off the clipboard, fold it, and put it inside the bag of holding. And then he is going to cast mending on the scratch to make sure that it is completely covered up and disrupted.
As you mend it, you repair and you remove the sigil. There's nothing else that's found.
Gearfried is then going to head up to Levin and be like, I think I found something.
As expected.
Yeah, someone got to the car. I didn't see anything of major note. It was very subtle. And I'm going to reach into the bag and pull out that piece of paper. Sketched the symbol, or scratched the symbol onto the interior paint. Very difficult to see at first, but I managed to catch a glimpse of it. I don't know if the symbol itself was enchanted, or if this symbol in particular is just something they can peer into, hence putting it inside the bag. But I mended over the paint so the scratch is no longer there. If it was just something that they could scry on because they recognized it, they no longer can.
You done a follow-up with magic detection?
Not yet. I was just giving you the heads up first because I thought you might like the win that you were right on this one.
Gearfried, in this context, being right just makes me more worried.
Fair enough. And Gearfried is going to head back down to the car. And I believe I can cast Identify. Or would that work? I guess that wouldn't work.
Well, detect magic should be able to, like, observe magical auras.
True. Okay. Yeah, I'll do detect magic, not identify.
Also, do keep in mind that there was, when you entered the threshold, there is a anti-magic. So any magic would have been negated anyway.
Well, that would be
Upon
for the
entry.
door if he brought it
right,
into a
he said-
loading area.
Yeah, he said it was just the front door that had it. So yeah, Gearfried will
Anti-magic
ca-
doesn't dispel, it just suppresses.
It'll suppress it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll cast detect magic.
Alright, there is no aura coming off of it now.
All right. She's clean.
As far as we know.
I think I know her pretty well. No, not as a, not as obnoxious rebuttal. I'm just saying I'm confident. I feel that, I feel that she's clean.
Then I'll take a moment to appreciate your confidence.
Right. So, should we head over to the lightning rails sooner than later?
We have to get Carpe Diem loaded. We have to effectively cash in our tickets. At this point, speed would be of the essence, but we need everyone here for that.
Gogfried, go wake everybody up. And I'm sending Cogfried over to harass anyone else who might be sleeping.
Cogfried is going to be like a little bird, and he's going to start... Is he still in owl form?
Yeah.
No, I switched out my stuff overnight.
Okay. So now, would he wake them up by
He would have been
biting them,
screeching. It would have been
or
great.
right? Or pecking at them?
He's still a little dragon guy, so he can still, like, roar a little bit.
Alright, so you all wake up to the... of a little, What would a robotic dragon sound like as a roar? A little tiny...
It's just kind of like a set... It's a lot of, like,
Screeching metal.
scraping and, like, clicks.
Sounds like
Yeah.
Starscream laughing.
Pretty much, yeah.
Ooh, a pot on a pot of kettle, kettle,
You're doing
tea,
Kettle,
whistle.
There you go.
That brain aneurysm. Fuck.
Yeah, like a tea kettle going
Right.
off with, like, the clinking sounds of, like, small metal gears hitting each other.
Gotcha, so steam whistle.
Yeah.
Alright. So this is what you are all waking up to as you are all seeing, or those of you who are still asleep. Fennec, you would have been overhearing parts of that conversation as you were looking for Gearfried. And with that, we're going to have you all kind of get ready to go, finish whatever last thoughts you're going to have here in the Forge for we're going to call it. And the next session, then, we're going to be making our way to the train station. So for now, go ahead and finish up. Get yourselves on the road.
Huzzah!
Okay, yeah, I don't,
All we
So are we
had
just-
to do was go from the speakeasy to the tavern.
It'd never be that easy. So unless anyone has anything else they want to accomplish before heading to the thing, I guess everyone wakes up and we head out.
Yep. So
Yep.
last minute things before we take off.
Gearfried's gonna give Axe a hug.
He's going to hug you back. Fennec, what were you saying?
He's like ready to go. He's moseying.
Alrighty. With that, we are going to call it here for the night, and we will see you all next time. Till then, check out our other episodes, check out our shorts, like, subscribe, follow. We're on every social media site. We've got merch, we've got everything. Check us out, and have a wonderful weekend.
Night, night.
Goodbye.
Good night,
Bye.
everyone.
Bye.